Hello there, and a very good evening to you as you join us on Joy Asanya Live this evening. In every democracy, the youth are often called the leaders of tomorrow. Yet too often, their voices remain at the margins of political decision making. As Nigeria once again inches towards the 2027 general elections, conversations around youth political participation, inclusion, and leadership are taking center stage. The Council of Youth in Politics and Governance has been at the forefront of pushing for greater representation, accountability, and a strong democratic culture. Today on Joy Asanya Live, I'm joined by Abdullateef Tobi Bakare, the Director General of the Council of Youth in Politics and Governance. We will be discussing the challenges young people face in political participation, the Council's role in shaping credible elections, and the strategies ahead of 2027 to ensure that the voices of Nigerian youth are not just heard, but translated into real influence at the ballot and beyond. 2027 is right at the corner. Had they prepared for what Nigerians often call the Nigeria of our dreams, which, by the way, is often said is in the hands of young people. Like I said earlier, we have a young man here in the studio, Bakare, Tobi Bakare. Thank you so much for being part of the program. He is the Director General of the Council of Youth in Politics and Governance. Thank you again.
Thank you, my sister.
Yes, it's wonderful to have you. I see what you do. Abdullateef.
Tobi Bakare.
Yes, I thought I could get away with not calling all the names. Abdullateef Tobi Bakare. Again, I welcome you. Now, I've been seeing what you've been doing. I've been seeing what you've been doing, trying to ensure that young people are carried along, tasking government to do more. But when you look at Nigeria youth participation, what are the biggest barriers you have identified to that robust participation that we often keep discussing?
Thank you for having me, my sister.
It's wonderful
Once
to have you.
again, my name is Abdullateef Tobi Bakare. I'm the DG of Council of Youth in Politics and Governance, and we have been up and doing to sensitize our youth demography, our colleagues, to be actively involved in politics, to avoid just sitting behind the screen, holding their phones, making noise on the social media platforms, saying different things, and when they are not actively involved. Firstly, I'm going to say that the first challenge is the identity. Youth, to me, as I observed with my experience going up and down in politicking, is that our youth have failed to realize the fact that the future we are talking about is now, and it belongs to them. They have not, a lot of us have not really, a lot of us are not ready. We, like myself, I'm ready, as some of my other colleagues, but there are some people that are not ready. Why did I say that? Because politics, as we know, as we are taught, and as it is, as a phenomenon, is a local, every politics is local.
Politics is local.
Politics is local. So our people have decided not to get engaged. Like now, the CVR is ongoing. You see some people online saying, I'm not going to vote. I'm not even going to register. I don't even have a voter's card. And you are there condemning
the leadership,
the leadership, saying they are not doing anything. What are they doing? Some people are so good in criticism.
But you had mentioned identity. How does
identity? I mean, getting to know who we are.
Right, as a people.
When you don't know as a people, when you know who you are. I know. Do you know you can? Do you know the position these our leaders are, that they are not ready to leave, to relinquish for you?
Right.
Do you know it belongs rightfully to you? A lot of people, a lot of our youth don't know. So they just prefer sitting with their phone at home.
That's what you consider the barriers to youth participation?
That's the first.
Okay.
The second one I'm coming to is the financial constraint. I still discussed yesterday when we were discussing, we are making a campaign on youth quota in parliament.
That's a conversation we'll have shortly.
Okay. So we were discussing it, and we had the opportunity of meeting the IPAC chairman, Alhaji Yusuf Dantali, a very youth-friendly man. He told us, I told him that, sir, I want you to help us to beg our leaders, our stakeholders. They should look into that financial constraint. That's one of the challenges youth are facing. The nomination form, we have people that are very much ready, that are very good in politics, that people love, that are ready to deliver to their people. But because of the financial constraint, they don't have that back. They don't have what it takes, to contest. So it has been for over a long period of time.
We have this conversation all the time. We have young people, when they go on to social events, you see them, monies that could have been for let's say nomination forms, go into bottles. Our young people are not necessarily poor. And I could also say that when we come together, like we see in reality shows, we see young people vote with money. They don't mind spending their monies for what they believe in. We see several reality shows like that. They are hooked up. In fact, there's one ongoing at the moment. My question now is, okay, if young people get their act right, you just mentioned financial constraints. If young people get their act right, crowdfund for the person they believe in. Like we saw, even P2B enjoyed part of what I'm saying, where young people didn't mind paying. They say, we know they give shishi, but we'll go give you money, make you go run, We saw young people dedicate not just time, they dedicated resources for the people they believe in. Why are we not seeing that level of interest and enthusiasm when it comes to youth participation?
Well, it still boils down to that fact I mentioned earlier. The youths need to know that it is their time.
Right.
Though not through violence. You grab power, you take it, but not through violence. Engagement, getting involved. Like now I came here, I don't have any, I don't have somebody sponsoring me and crawling me. I came on my own. But some of our youth are after, when you call them, let's go to this place
and sensitize, something that would give, benefit
because
others.
We know this is ours, this is our country, we don't have any other place to go. They will tell you, are they going to share money there, are they going to do this, are they going to do that? That place that you have yearning to go, you are longing to go to, travel out to, that you are looking for
greener pastures.
Youths of that are building, they are part and parcel of the growth. They are fully engaged with their leaders.
Right.
Putting out their money, not only to do that. You mentioned the other time concerning the, what's it called, youth donating to Peter Obi, to encourage him, to support him. It should not be limited to that alone. They should be in the grassroots. How many of them go to their ward? I have contested before as a councillor, as a chairman in my
how first of all, how was your experience? Because another thing when you talk about the financial constraint is that elections in Nigeria are super expensive. So you want to do you want to run for any role, any position. Nigerians will ask you, what did you bring for us? Young people that you come to tell the good intentions that you have are asking, what is in it for us? And politicians in Nigeria have learned that, okay, I will settle you now, get into the position, emerge winner, and then recoup. It's an investment. I don't mind. I would set out a certain amount. And young people often do not have these monies. But there are the toxic ones who make it so expensive and who bring this hurdle of ensuring that for a town hall meeting to communicate your good intentions, where you would expect questions to be put to you and what your intentions are, criticize my blueprint or whatever manifesto, young people are like, hey, what do you have for us? So how do we change this mindset and orientation? And then your experience,
because I'm coming from that angle.
Please, I want to hear it.
My experience, from your perspective, that was exactly what I experienced. A lot of our people are the ones making some of our leaders, some of our politicians, when they get there, they don't want to do anything to the public. But they have gotten what actually they're supposed to do to them before they got to that position. Somebody went to borrow money, was actually sold some of his properties, and then you want that person to now come
and forget about the money he has.
The money borrowed, the properties he has sold, to now put it back and say, no, that house I have at so place before, I have to get it back. So a lot of our people are mounting pressures They are mounting pressures on politicians, which is not supposed to be. And I want to sincerely urge our youth demography to please get engaged and should not be, always be after what am I going to give to this country, not what I want to get from it. And like I told you sincerely, I don't have anybody bankrolling me. It's because of what I've been doing. That you have seen, and my brother has seen, a lot of people, they say, you are trying. Yeah, go and do this. I want to talk to you. You are really trying for the youth. I always sensitize and I encourage our youth to get involved and be ready to make sacrifices. Let them be ready. They should ignore, like in my own experience, what I had at the grassroots level. So I do what I can. It is part of politicking.
Okay.
You just have to, when they call you to a party, okay, me, oh no, I always wear white too, but when you know, I'm always on my own personal attire.
Right.
So if you know you can afford buying the attire, the Ashwebi, you can buy it, because in my place, I'm from Ijebu, in Ogun State. So we do parties a lot. So they'll be bringing it. You can have almost 10 or 12. 10
within
a week.
Right.
So you just have to buy if you have the means. And if you don't have, please, I'm sorry.
I don't have it at the moment, right?
But you envelope something and give them. I will be there. I will even be spraying the musician. I'll be there and be dancing. If I don't have money to spray the musician, I'll be there, sharing up with.
That's the Nigerian vibe.
You have to be part and parcel. Not that they will not see you. You will not do any community
engagement and activities,
right. And you will just be there and you come. Somebody will just come with a big bag and say that's the person that can do it. No, what about the person that has?
But that has been what's been going on. That's been what's been happening. And the young people, that's what they look up to. They do not mind that you are not part of them. You've not experienced the issues that they have. You do not even relate to what they feel. You just come from nowhere. And another aspect of what this conversation would have would be the other aspect would be the political parties, the mechanisms for picking candidates. But you were talking about your experience running for this. How did it end? What was the reception you got, especially amongst your youth constituency that you've been working so much for?
Yes, thank you. I love that area. You know, the experience was scintillating. I want to say sincerely, I was fully supported by my leaders, my people, mothers especially, but it was a very disappointing thing that most of my colleagues are supposed to give the supporting hands and the ones, what can you do, giving different narrative, different, the personal perspective of their own, which is not encouraging. But then I didn't even look at them. I went on moving that I know I can.
Okay.
I know my identity.
Right.
I know where I'm coming from. I was born a politician, and it's not because of that, but because I know I have the wherewithal, what it takes to change the
Not
narrative.
to mention, I hope you had the good intentions of going there to work.
I had, because they saw it. Because they saw it. They saw it that no. If this person is not pretending. These people who call me, I tend to calls, I attend to text messages, they call me and say,
but that's what we're used to. You attend to calls now. You attend
policy.
Yes, the open policy is until you emerge in the position you are vying
like
for.
That. If you ask me, I say, okay, they gave me 20,000, 20 naira to do something. And you are asking for 10 naira out of the 20 naira. How will it go around? I'll be factual, I'll be very sincere with you, I'll tell you, and I'll do what I can. You cannot force me to do what I cannot do.
You cannot do, absolutely.
What most of our youth don't do, what they fail to realize is that you have to be truthful.
Okay. Does it work?
Always follow up your actions, your words with your actions.
But does it work? I had a conversation
with actions.
I had a conversation some time ago with a House of Rep member who was talking about Nigerians not even knowing what the role of their legislators are. You meet your legislator, you are angry that the legislator has not fixed certain social
When it's not even
amenities,
this,
social amenities in the community.
It does not even collect money for
Exactly.
his constituency allowance. Some people don't know.
Exactly. So
they don't get it.
But during elections, during campaigns, you don't dare tell Nigerians and your constituents that, listen, I am there to ensure lawmaking. I'm there to ensure that I'm going to make laws that would translate to development for you. You tell them that, oh, I'm going to bring bomb water, I'm going to build the roads, and you make all these promises. Yes. So because you understand your crowd, you understand that that's what they want to hear. Did you fall into the fray when you were doing your campaigns to promise the things you know you could not offer? No. And did that affect your eventual emergence?
Actually, personally, I told you I'm an imam. I didn't promise what I know I will not be able to do, because they will hold you. That's where I was trained.
Absolutely.
I tell them, come what may.
This is what I would deliver.
I would do then. But I discovered that people loved me, my leaders loved me. But because of gender equality, that was what came in. So a lady, when we look at it then, we saw that from every this thing, we were now having a lady contesting. So a lady was contesting from where I came from.
Right.
So she had to
against
be given,
you.
Against me. So she had to be given.
What do you mean by she had to be given?
No, we wanted a lady to be, let's say for example we have like 11 words, like 12 words in a local government.
Right.
And you are contesting, let's say, for councillorship, and from all those 11 words,
they are all men.
They are all men. And from your end, you have a lady that is contesting, and leaders wanted you. But we are now looking at it. How do we do it? It's not right. I think we are not being gender sensitive if we are going to feel.
So you stepped down for a lady just so that you could bring about that gender equality and an opportunity for a woman in political. That's very commendable, really.
Yes.
While I mean, what does step down? I mean, I am always for women in participation, because I find women and youth in Nigeria the marginalized group when it comes to robust public or political participation.
Yes.
So while I am for women in participating, what does it mean when you say I had to let it go for the woman? Did you eventually decide to run, or did you say, you know what, I'm stepping down so she runs? Was she in your political party? How did it go?
Oh yes, she was in my political party.
Okay. And this was at the primary stage.
In the primaries of the party. Then our leaders persuaded us and spoke to us. Doing your primaries, we are looking at this, we are looking at that. I said, okay, if that is the case, though we are all about our people, because I want to deliver. We'll support her. So we decided.
Okay, that's very commendable, and I'm very happy that you supported a woman. That's what we keep preaching right here on the program. Women,
the government of women in politics and governance is a very close friend.
Oh, that's nice.
I've always supported her.
That's nice. Okay, so I'm happy we have a he for she. We have a he for she right here in the studio who saw the gap and even had to let go of his ambition just so that a woman emerges. I'm very impressed, and I wish that we had other men who understood the need for women in politics, for the need for women in leadership and governance, because I mean, you would be relatable to the needs of the women in the community when you do that. It reverberates among the community for young girls to also know that they too can emerge. Yes. So among the many, beyond the voter apathy that often faces, what are the other challenges when youth, as we are unfortunately seeing it now? We just recorded the local government elections in some parts of the country, yes, where young people were playing football. And my colleagues in the field were doing interviews. They were like, I don't care. I don't care about elections that are ongoing, which is a very, very dangerous, slippery slope that we are going through. But this reflects in leadership. What would you say is the biggest danger for not having young people participate in governance, understand governance, participate in governance, and charge governance for transparency and accountability?
It poses a lot of dangers. Like I said the other time, our leaders, our people used to say youths are the leaders of tomorrow. But I do tell them that the tomorrow
is now.
So we need to take charge, not through violence, but through dialogue and engagement, full engagement, constructive criticism. I want to urge our youth demography to be very much ready to take charge and get involved. Getting involved is not about shouting, abusing our leaders, calling people names. No, that's all they do. No, it shouldn't be all about that. It should be about getting engaged. What can I offer? Okay, they're having an election. There is no seat for people to sit for this. Do you have we have it all? Do you have the capacity? Please, I'm getting shares for these people to sit where they are doing CVR. I have friends that are contesting in Ogun State. I have one, Isa Ade Omwade Foundation. He does, the CVR. He got laptops for people, for those who are concerned, who are in charge to use in order for them to get people registered for the continuous voters registration.
That's service
to get
right
him
there.
Involved, to get him to be part and parcel.
That's service
of
right there.
Service, so part and parcel of what is going on. Tomorrow they cannot ask him, what have you done to your community?
Can see it.
This is what I have done.
Exactly.
It's empowering the youth, the aged, the widows, giving them money, and as I speak to you, he's outside the country for something. But as he's still doing meeting, having people calling him, please, we need this, we need that. So I still go back to that identity, getting to know that it is our right. Because our leaders, our fathers, our mothers, those our very highly revered leaders are not ready to live there for us.
Okay, so let's get to this point where political parties sit. It's a concerning trend. I've said it here on the program that sometimes you see political parties would sit down and decide who runs. It has affected a lot of young people. There's that conversation around they are too inexperienced for leadership. I would like you to address that, but that will be after this break. We're going for a very short break. When we return, we'll get to address other issues that young people face and then get into the craze for 2027. They have been talking about a youth in parliament quota. Women are also talking about reserved seats. Others are talking about 35%. So much activities going on, all towards 2027. We are discussing youth, politics, and 2027. It's going to be, we've been having a very interesting conversation, but we've moved to that stereotype that youth are not experienced enough to govern. So my guest this afternoon or this evening rather, I don't know why I got that wrong, but my guest this evening, Abdullateef Tobi Bakare, the Director General of the Council of Youth in Politics and Governance, would be discussing what he thinks about this stereotype. Young people, are they too inexperienced to lead? What does it entail to have that experience? What kind of involvement should they have first before they are given the opportunity or they are confident enough to be given? And political parties have not really been helping when it comes to youth in leadership, because I've had a lot of young people who, after the Not Too Young to Run bill, they were excited about political positions, but unfortunately the leaders sat down. They call it a consensus. I think it's an aberration to our democracy. I have spoken very openly against what Nigerians now call a consensus. Young people just sit down and say, you know what, let's not that healthy competition in democracy that makes it democracy. Let's not do that. Let's just decide in this table that who becomes the next leader. and very often it is not a young person, because of course young people come with their energies and may not be subservient to some of these people. But then again, that's me and the advocacy I've been having lately. Let's come to you. When you hear this and you hear that young people are too inexperienced to rule or to lead, how does that make you feel?
I feel most times when it's been said, I feel disappointed.
Disappointed in who? The young people who have not over the years shown that they are good enough to lead?
Disappointed in our polity, in our stakeholders. I'm a very good respecter of our leaders.
Right.
But then, our leaders need to realize the fact that they need to give us the opportunity to serve.
Absolutely.
They need to give us the opportunity. By being inexperienced, I don't know, but I want to go to our youth. I want to go to our youth first, my colleagues, to be more, let me say, should I say subservient? You should be more loyal and calm, respectful, and allow for mentorship.
Okay, so you're inadvertently agreeing with those people who say the youth are not ready to lead.
We are ready. We have the experience.
If you're asking
can you say
them
I'm
to
not ready?
Yeah, that's what you're saying.
No,
you're saying that
what I'm saying is
the young people should be loyal and accept mentorship. And how long does mentorship? Because it's very relatable.
Some people, some youth, don't want anybody to mentor them, which to me, no, in Arabic language say whoever serves will be served.
Right.
I'm not saying, and it is both in the Bible and the Holy Quran, that if God has deliberately created some to be leaders and some to be followers, everybody cannot be leaders. Everybody cannot be politician. Everybody cannot be civil servant. Some will be at the top, at the ends of affair, while some will be following.
Absolutely. There's always a strata of life, yes.
Some people don't believe that. They think, no, we have to take it by force. They should allow for mentorship. But then, our leaders should stop saying we are inexperienced to take over, to be at the leadership
But they
position.
need this mentorship you just mentioned.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Because they are inexperienced.
When they are being mentored. No, we know why some people are saying that. It's because of the let me say, the misdemeanor of some youths.
Okay.
Some youth, when you, I think I've not said it. It's part of what I actually intended.
I would like to hear what you're
to our youth. Some youths, please, some youth cannot be entrusted to the leadership
Some
position.
older people cannot be trusted with leadership.
Yes, because they are being trained. They are being trained and they are being mentored by some of these leaders we are talking about. Some youth, when they get to a position, where we put them, you gather, you run around them, you put your support and then everything, and this person has to be in this position. Ask me what happened after getting to that position. They start blocking that demographic. They start blocking their comrades, their colleagues, from even getting close to them. Not even helping them. Okay, I want to get something, I need souls, I know this. Though there are some of them I don't want to blame, because there are some youth that are not having good intentions, that are not having good
There are some women in politics without good intentions. There are some older politicians in leadership roles that do not have good intentions. There are some very bad and very ugly individuals.
That is what I've always said.
Exactly. But
I'm talking about leadership and followership is interwoven.
Is interwoven, yes.
Is interwoven. You cannot be there, leader.
Exactly.
And you as a follower, you're not a good follower. Okay, leader said, okay, Tobi, let me use myself. This 10 naira, one share among those 10 people that came, and so encourage them, let them move, and then you Tobi collected that money, 10 naira,
right?
And I took 1 naira out of that 10 naira and said,
that
is what I'm going to share to the remaining 9.
Right.
The remaining this thing.
He pockets it. Does he need mentorship to know that he's doing the wrong thing?
So, yes.
Does Tobi need mentorship to know
Not
that?
In all cases.
No, you just said that young people need to be mentored.
Yes.
Yes, but I'm asking.
Leadership training.
Yes. You know, when you go through our history, you saw the vibrant pan-Nigerians who led and fought for democracy. These were 30-year-olds and 20-something-year-olds who mentored them. Good, who mentored them, who mentored them, the Azikiwes, to ensure that they left the legacies that we have now. You're talking about mentorship. It means anyone who has said that young people are not experienced enough to lead are right. Because if you love your country, like I expect Nigerians to love their country, do I really need leadership? Do I really need mentorship? And look around you. Who should mentor these young people in politics? Who has set the record and set the pace, spotless, stainless, to say, you know what, this is somebody who loves Nigeria, has shown us the path to go through in this country, in his leadership or her leadership style. This is the person we would follow. I don't expect you to mention names. I don't want to put you in the spot like that. I don't know, maybe
you are mixing words, or you are trying to.
I'm not trying to do anything. I'm
not
asking
saying
you questions based on.
I'm not saying Godfatherism.
I'm asking you a question based on your response.
Getting educated about what has to do with leadership, leading with patriotism, leading with good intentions.
Right. Is there a school for that?
Yes.
A school to learn.
And you look into our leaders. You look like our president. Yeah, I will mention like our present president of this very federation, the GCFR, the Grand Commander of Chief of all Armed Forces, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is a role model. He is a mentor who has groomed leaders, who has actually wanted the best for people other than himself.
Right.
Yes.
So Nigerians are listening to you right now, and you say the president is a mentor.
He's a mentor. He's a mentor.
This is at a time when there are life economic challenges. Yes, you're a young person.
And I'm somebody who is advocating.
And my question would be: Are you
doing the same thing?
Are you saying this because? Are you saying this because you're one of the young people who are enjoying access to,
like I told you,
access to
I
the villa?
I deceive you.
No, hold on. I'm asking because there are a lot of people who right now are worse off after this your mentor's leadership. Asiwaju's emergent Nigerians are listening, who are economically
and they know me.
Worst off right now. These are individuals who can no longer access a 3 square meal. It was bad, but it is really bad at the moment. You're calling him a mentor. Are you sure Nigerian youth want to? Because okay, go to social media now. There is they'll tell you for this Tinubu administration.
Yes,
that's not something.
That is one of the angles I'm looking at, and I've been talking about. I've been campaigning about.
Right.
That our youth are not getting some things right. Truly, things are hard.
Okay.
But that man is taking that very hard decision because of us. It is a decision that should have been taken by leaders before now. Do you know how much transfer, what the youth minister has been doing? Okay, for example,
that decision was not a good one if he's making Nigeria worse off. I am not part of
this government. I am not an appointee of this government. I am not in any way. People know me. Abdullateef Tobi Bakare. I am not an appointee. Go and Google. One check anywhere.
Right.
I am the DG of Council of Youth in Politics and Governance. That involves that my platform, takes in it involves people from different strata, from different nations, from different continents. It's not limited to even only Africa.
Okay.
When I saw that the Asiwaju administration, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, our present president, shows a youth, first ever in the history of this country. He shows a youth as a youth minister. And not only that, a youth minister that has street sense. He has been with the youth, working with the youth, always, talking to us. He can just come to where you are better, your ghetto, your garden. He moves almost everywhere in Abuja, his state, his Ondo state, Ogun state. You just come to a very well-known
so that he can
and he will just come and say,
people.
My people, what's going on? He will do transfers. He has been engaging the NYC National Band. Those guys, he will just go there uninformed, he will just visit them and he will do well with them.
Right. But how has that translated to improved unemployment, improved skill acquisition for young people?
It is ongoing.
Skill acquisition for young people. I'm just saying practically. I'm saying practically. I'm speaking practically now.
Okay.
So yes, there is a young person, and that is where my next conversation will go. We're really running out of time.
Oh.
So yes, we are clamoring for young people in governance, and you're talking about, yes, this is a youth minister. Nigerians are asking, how has it translated to policies that reflect the Nigerian young person's reality and hope for a better. Okay. I don't know if you understand. Is there initiatives young people right now can add and know that, okay, he really has our back beyond being youthful? And that brings me to the question. Because I mean, I know you want to refer me to some youth confab.
I was invited. I was at Transcorp. The program of turning waste to wealth. It's an initiative of Federal Ministry of Youth Development under this present youth minister.
Right.
Because he thought there are some waste products that youth can turn.
Nigerian youth are very innovative.
Very, very innovative. We are highly cerebral. Very innovative, and we are very committed. And that is why I'm calling them. I was very happy when you called me now. Okay, this is an avenue for me to
discuss what, right?
Discuss and call on our people to support. When you see a working government, let's support that government.
Are young people even aware? Are a lot of young people even aware of some of these initiatives of government?
That is what I'm talking about. A lot of them just sit on the social media, shouting, abusing leaders, talking, things that are not going to be beneficial even to themselves, not alone people that they are campaigning for.
Right.
Attend these programs. Okay, how can I benefit? This minister we're talking about, that the president is using, he operates an open door policy. You can come to him, this is what I have. Right. Okay, but people are inside, calm down. We are going to attend to you. It's not about say, when I get there, they should attend to me immediately. You should just call me immediately and let me enter. No, things are not done that way. Even if you are in his shoe, you are in that position. I have a lot of our youth that even they are put in that position. They cannot do up to what this man is doing. Okay, that's very good. But let's quickly go to the Council of Youth in Politics and Governance. That's very interesting what you've been doing now. I want to know, you're preparing for 2027 engagements, consultations. Everyone is beginning to have those meetings, those late night meetings. Permutations have in fact begun. Who's going to be who's going to be the flag bearer of what political party? Everything is set, but how is the council preparing young people not just to register and vote, but to actively shape policies and contest elective positions? Having captured what you have mentioned as the challenges, but what's the council doing to prepare them to overcome these challenges? The identity, like I said earlier, and sensitization on getting involved and knowing that our time that people have been saying over the years, that the future, youth are the future of tomorrow, that the time is now. Right. And then, there is this thing going on by INEC, the continuous voter registration that's ongoing. So I've been telling them to get involved. So the council, in collaboration with the Federal Ministry of Youth Development, has been abreast of the affair, making sure that everything going on, we are not... the youths are not left behind, that we are not being carried along. Everything. That's why the council has always, in all we can do, without being bankrolled, without not having anybody behind us, we have been, we have been up and doing, going from maybe today now I'm going to get home around 3 a.m. I don't know. I'm sure that there are benefits to you. I really don't want to go. I don't want to go. Your security saw me. I was robbed by a ride. Did you see any car outside? We don't know that. As I am. We don't judge. I'm not supposed to have a ride. Very sophisticated. We listen. We don't judge. And I don't know. My sister, the people know me. Exactly. And I'm a very truthful and honest person. sometimes I join bus. I mean, the local, the public bus. When I'm coming from home at the central area, I'll just, when I'm coming and I want to go for any engagement, if I see the time and I see that I'm not late yet, I'll join the bus.
Right.
Because I want to spend what I have to get to anywhere, any length I want to get to. Instead of spending 3K to I'll get out, I didn't maybe I'll spend 500 naira
And
or
go to where
1,000
you're
naira.
going to.
Because I'm not having anybody bankrolling me, and because I want to say the truth.
Right.
I want to do it and see myself say, Tobi, well done.
Right. So let's talk about election credibility, which remains a very hot issue in Nigeria. Election credibility. Some of the reasons why young people will say, "Oh, I don't want to vote," is
because I have
because
some of my young people that are supporting me. I say, "You are doing well, my brother." Ismail, Bayomi, Barisa, Ismail, and some other people. Who say, my brother, you are doing well. No,
that's the support now. That's the support that's keeping you going. But let's go back to the.
Let's go back to thinking.
I don't know who you think I'm thinking. I don't know who you think I'm thinking about. But let's talk about election credibility, which is one of the issues why young people would always tell you, "I do not trust that my vote will count." And we also still, unfortunately, record vices like vote buying, violence, lack of transparency. Unfortunately, those are these things that make young people not very enthusiastic or trustful of the electioneering process. So what will the organization play in advocating for free, fair and credible polls ahead of the 2027 elections?
Yes, we are very much on ground. We have our stakeholders, we have our people all over the Federation, the 36 states and the FCT that are very much on ground to serve as election observers and then get engaged, campaign. We have the plan towards that 2027 election to get our people transported to their polling units.
Oh, okay, that's noble.
So we are calling on all well-meaning Nigerians, stakeholders to join us, like you, like the one you are doing, also giving a support.
Oh, absolutely. I'm excited.
Emancipation of youth participation in politics.
In politics, right.
So it's just because it's limited. The youth also, the women are also part of the youth. So because it's part of my campaign,
the women are everywhere.
For women.
The women are the older politicians, they are the youth, they are the women.
We should be more committed. So it is because of the fact that I'm a patriotic person and I'm committed to this very important venture. That is why I keep on moving without being discouraged. There are a lot of challenges, but then I do not get discouraged. I just keep on moving that, well, I know who I am, I know my identity, I know where I'm going to.
And you know the country that you want.
That I want, thank you.
Exactly. So, but before we came on air,
and when I get there, I will still be this person I am by the special grace of Allah.
Yeah, that's what politicians say. So let's get to, before we came on board, when we were bantering before we came on board, you were talking about how young people would rather be on social media than engage their leaders constructively, getting involved physically and constructively. However, all over the world, social media technology is being used as a tool to mobilize young people and have young voters shaping political accountability. So how do we break that barrier of positive use of technology and social media to ensure these credible elections and a safe, sane campaign period? Because it's often very rife. Nigeria is one of the places in the world where when there's elections, it's so volatile. You don't even want to say good morning on your social media platform. The next thing is Tinubu, Atiku, and Peter Obi.
Some people will be posting a very different election result.
Exactly.
The original result is something different.
People are quoted. There's misinformation, there's disinformation, and all of that. But in your own stand and perspective, what do you think we can do? We're really running out of time, so you may not have too much time to elaborate.
I think the best way is still to continue to sensitize our people.
Right.
And then there's this, I don't know if we are in support of the social media
regulation absolutely
be,
absolutely
yes.
I've seen the harm that it can do.
There's an angle our government can come in through too, because should I say it is disappointing the way our youth they are not using that opportunity very well. The other time, through the office of the SSA to the president, I was engaged, that's why I'm talking about it. Honorable Dada Olusegun, we have Progressives Digital Media Summit. The president came. We were so happy to have his presence, because he came and he told us that we should use that opportunity we have to project, that we should watch before projecting.
Yeah.
We should look critically, keenly. Okay, what I'm sharing, this information I'm sharing, is it true?
Can I verify it first?
Have I verified it? So it was through that office. Those are the works the people that are in this cabinet are doing. People come from all walks of life, from different states, and they were well engaged, and they were here for 3-4 days. And then this is part of one of the reasons. We collaborated with the office of the SSA to the president of media, and we did it, and people get involved. But instead of some of our youth to get involved, to come and attend and do all that, they were just there making different noise, making agitations that is not even going to
help them at all, or help the country.
Or help the country. So I want to even tell our leaders too, use this avenue to do more. Absolutely. For our youth. The government is working. I'm not part of those people that will just be criticizing and saying this government is things are hard. But anyway, the president can help us. The president is really trying, and it cannot be everywhere. Absolutely. That's why we have governors, we have local government chairmen, and we have the geopolitical representatives that have been appointed, the SSAs, by the government, by the president, so that they can see to this affairs. And these people should please let the people, ordinary Nigerians, feel the impact of this government. That is what Council of Youth in Politics and Governance have been all about. That's what we have been all about. Saying, because we are saying, if the government is not working, we are going to talk about it. But sir, you are not working in this area. You are trying, you are doing.
I wish we had a lot of time. I would have said,
please do
what area is that? But let's move away from that. Let's move away from that. We'll be discussing with Abdullateef Tobi Bakare. Again, I thank you for being part of the program.
My sister, I really appreciate it. It's been a very, very interesting time.
Well, thank you. It has been interesting from my end. He's the DG, Council of Youth in Politics and Governance, and we'll be discussing youth politics and 2027 elections. Thank you so much for watching. I am Dr. Joy Asaye, telling you to stay tuned, as we'll be back next time with so much more. Have a wonderful evening.